Good evening students. Today we are going to discuss oxidation number. It is nothing, oxidation number is nothing but the charge present over an atom. It may be real charge or imaginary charge. For example, first of all we will write its definition. It is real or imaginary charge present over an atom. The charge may be real or imaginary, it is saying. What does it mean by? Let us check it. For example, case of real we will discuss first. If it is given like this, H plus, it means hydrogen atom has +1 oxidation number. So it is shown here, it is the real charge. Similarly, O minus 2, N minus 3, etc. So it is real charge over an atom of nitrogen. For imaginary, suppose it is written like this, HCl, then here no charge is being shown, but we can conclude that HCl equivalent is equal to HCl like this. So here chlorine is very much more electronegative than hydrogen atom, so it pulls electron toward itself. So finally when it this bond breaks, then it will give you H plus and Cl minus. So here it has +1 oxidation number, here it has -1 oxidation number. So it was the imaginary charge because the charge was not present or not shown, but it can be find out. So oxidation number is nothing but the real or imaginary charge present over any atom. Let us come to study the rules for assigning oxidation number over any atom. So first rule is saying that sum of oxidation number of all elements in a compound is always 0. ये क्या कह रहा है कि सारे एलिमेंट्स जो एक कंपाउंड में प्रेजेंट हैं उनके ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर का सम यदि आप करेंगे तो वो 0 के बराबर होगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल H2O, इट इज़ ए कंपाउंड, अब इसके हाइड्रोजन का जो ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर होगा, दो एटम्स हैं और फिर ये ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर ऑफ हाइड्रोजन का ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर ऐसे लेंगे, फिर प्लस करेंगे, नेक्स्ट एटम पे जाने के लिए प्लस करेंगे. यहाँ ऑक्सीजन है, एक ही है, यहाँ पे 1 ऑटोमेटिकली अंडरस्टूड. So 1 into oxidation number of oxygen will be equal to 0. This is saying that suppose we have taken CO2, let us consider example oxidation number of carbon be X, oxidation number of oxygen be Y. Then according to this concept it will be X plus 2Y will be equal to 0. So it is a very simple. What it is saying, sum of oxidation number of all elements present in a compound is always equal to 0. जो एलिमेंट्स प्रेजेंट हैं एक कंपाउंड में उनके एलिमेंट्स के ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर का सम करेंगे तो वो 0 के बराबर होगा. नाउ कम टू द सेकेंड रूल. व्हाट इट इज सेइंग, sum of oxidation number of all elements in an ion. First one was talking about in a compound, second one is talking about ion. In case of compound there is no charge over the molecule, in case of ion there will be a charge over the molecule. So here sum of oxidation number of all elements present in an ion will be equal to the charge, is always equal to the charge present over that ion. That the point is saying. So it means that suppose for example we have taken NH4 plus. It is a ion because it has plus charge or minus charge. Ion means charge particle. So now it has charge, so it is a charge particle, it is an ion. So now it is saying suppose if oxidation number of nitrogen is X, oxidation number of hydrogen is Y, then it is saying that one atom of nitrogen, it means X, plus coming to the next atom hydrogen, 4 atoms are there, so 4 into Y is equal to plus 1. This concept is saying this. I hope you have understood the second point also. Now come to the third point. It is saying oxidation number of elements in their natural state. It means if it is a compound given to you, it is given in their natural state, then oxidation number in that case will be 0. For example, it is saying O2 gas. So oxygen exists in the form of O2 molecule and present in gaseous state also. So it means that here oxygen atom will have oxidation number will be 0. Similarly, let us take another example. Suppose it is given Cl2, then chlorine exists in diatomic form in naturally also, so it will have oxidation number will be equal to 0, and I can tell you the reason behind it. Suppose if we talk about chlorine, then chlorine is bonded like this with one covalent bond. So what happens, I told you oxidation number is nothing but the charge present over any atom. And what does it mean by charge? Charge is the gain or loss of electron. So suppose here both atoms are same, it means that both have the equal tendency to pull electron toward itself. So it means that both have the equal tendency to pull electron toward itself. The power with which this atom ClB A जितनी ताकत से खींच रहा है इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, उतनी ताकत से ClB भी खींच रहा है, तो उससे होगा क्या, नेट चार्ज म्यू नेट क्या हो गया, 0 हो गया. तो इसके मतलब चार्ज प्रेजेंट जो था इस एटम पे नेट चार्ज क्या आएगा, वो 0 हो जाएगा. तो यहाँ से क्या आता है, ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर विल बी 0 सिंस नो चार्ज इज प्रेजेंट ओवर दैट एटम. Now we are coming to next rule, that is fourth rule. What it is saying, oxidation number of all alkali metals is always plus 1. It is saying that elements of group first always have plus 1 oxidation state. Alkali means group first elements, that is sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. For these always has plus 1 oxidation state. Why it is so? Because suppose let us take example of sodium. It has atomic number 11. If we will do electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3s1. So if it lose one electron, then it will come into their most stable state, that is it will attain noble gas configuration. That's why what happens, sodium loses one electron. If any atom loses one electron, then it will form oxidation state of plus 1. I hope you have understood this. Similar, oxidation number of all alkaline earth metal is always plus 2, because alkaline earth metals are group second elements. Group second elements means it has 2 electrons in their outermost shell. So what it do to attain noble gas configuration, it loses 2 electrons. So when any atom loses 2 electrons, then it will have plus 2 charge. That's why here plus 2 oxidation state comes. For example, magnesium has atomic number 12, electronic configuration 282. so it loses these 2 electron to attain noble gas configuration. In the simple way we can say like this, or by electronic configuration SPDF, in terms of SPDF we also get the same thing. Next, coming to the next rule, that is oxidation number of hydrogen is always +1. Generally oxidation number of hydrogen is +1, but in case of metal hydride it attains -1 oxidation state. How it is? Suppose we will take first example. Suppose for example H2O. Here hydrogen will have +1 oxidation state, but here if we taken for this one metal hydride, suppose sodium hydride, it is sodium hydride. We have studied that sodium is group first elements, so it will always have +1 oxidation state. Has +1 oxidation state, then surely it will have -1 to make it neutral, So here hydrogen having oxidation number -1. I hope you have understood this. Is generally oxidation number of oxygen is -2 because it has 6 electron in its outermost shell. So it gains 2 electron to attain noble gas configuration. So when an atom gain 2 electron, then it will have -2 charge. That's why generally it has -2 oxidation state. So that is saying oxidation number of oxygen is generally -2. But in case of peroxide it is -1. For example H2O2. If we draw the structure of this, then it will be something like this. This is known as peroxide linkage. This bond is known as peroxide linkage. So here what happens when this bond breaks, it will have -1, here +1. When it will break, here it will have +1, here -1. Why I am saying here -1? Because oxygen is more electronegative in comparison to hydrogen. That's why electrons are shifted towards the oxygen atom. Oxygen gains the electron. So and here both are same atoms. Here in this case both are same atoms. So it will have, when this bond break, it will have 0 0. So finally oxygen gaining -1 oxidation state. That's why it is so. We can do it in another way because we have studied other rules. So we can do another way. First rules by applying over this atom. Here we know that generally oxidation number of hydrogen is +1. So +1, here 2 atoms are there, so into 2. Coming to the next atom, we have to add here plus. We are going to find oxidation number of oxygen. So let us consider its oxidation number as X. So here what will be, 2 atoms are there, so 2x is equal to, according to your first rule, sum oxidation number of all elements present in a compound will be equal to 0. So I put here 0. We have to solve this simple equation. So 2 plus 2x is equal to 0. That is 2x is equal to -2, x is equal to -1. So from here also oxidation number in this compound is -1. I hope you have understood this. In superoxide it is -half. Let us take an example of superoxide. Suppose it is written KO2. Then here we know that oxidation number of potassium is always 1 because it is from group first element. So here we will put +1, only one atom, so we don't have to put anything. Plus coming to the next atom, we have to find the oxidation state of oxygen. So we have considered it as X. 2 atoms are there, so 2 into X will be equal to net charge over the molecule. It is in neutral, so 0. Here we get 1 plus 2x is equal to 0. So 2x is equal to -1. This is your -1. So x is equal to -1 by 2. So here oxidation number in superoxide is -half KO2. potassium superoxide. In ozonide form, it has minus 1/3. In ozonide form, oxygen has oxidation number 1/3. Let us take example for this also. For example, KO3. Then we will follow if the same rule. Then what we will get? For potassium, always +1, plus coming to the next atom, 3 atoms are there, 3 into X, because we are going to find for oxygen. So we have assumed it as X is equal to 0 because no charge over the whole molecule. So here 3X is equal to -1, X is equal to -1/3. So this is your oxidation number of oxygen in this compound, that is potassium ozonide. So here is -1/3. In O2F2 it is +1. How it comes? Let us do this one. In O2F2, for oxygen we have to find, so let us consider it as X, then it will be 2X plus, for fluorine it is always -1 because it is the most electronegative element in the periodic table, that's why it will have -1. So 2 into -1, net charge over the molecule is equal to 0. So put sum of oxidation number of elements in a compound is equal to 0, that's why I have put here 0. So we have to solve it as 2X is equal to 2, X is equal to +1. So here in this case oxidation number of oxygen is +1, that is saying. Similarly you can do it for this also. I hope you will face no any problem. In here it is a complex, here it will have oxygen have plus half oxidation state. Let us do this. It is, take it as an ion, then what it will be? It will be equal to 2X is equal to +1. So X is equal to +1/2. So this is your oxidation number of oxygen in this complex. I hope you have understood this. We have discussed 7 rule. Now let us come to the 8th rule. What it's saying? Oxidation number of all halogen. Halogen means group 17th elements. Group 17th elements. So group 17th element, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodines are generally considered. So from them, except fluorine is usually from -1 to +7. Vary from -1 to +7. For fluorine it is always taken as -1 in all compounds. So oxidation number of fluorine in all compound will be -1, and for other halogens it may vary from -1 to +7. Oxidation number of nitrogen is usually vary from -3 to +5. Here last point is saying, last rule is saying oxidation number in covalent compound, in covalent bond. How we will find oxidation number from covalent bond? Let us take example. For example, A and B are covalent bond, it is covalent bond, and if electronegativity of A is higher than B, what I am saying, AB is a compound having one covalent bond, and if electronegativity of A is greater than B, electronegativity means electronegativity means ability to pull electron toward itself. So if A has the higher ability to pull electron toward itself, then electrons will be shifted towards the A atom. So when this bond breaks, the electron will go to A atom, and so because it has gained electron, so here it will have A have minus charge, and because B has lose one electron, so it will have plus charge. So here if one bond is break, then it will have -1, here B has +1. Suppose two bonds are present in between them, then if same concept is applicable that electronegativity of A is greater than B, then if you will break two bond, then directly do like this. Two bonds are broken, so minus 2 A will have and B will have plus 2. Similarly, if three bonds are present in between A and B, then A will have minus 3, B will have plus 3. So this is the last rule. These 10 rules are enough for solving problems from board questions, NEET and JEE Mains.